recording me in this thing.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Community Coalition Show.
Why you got the voice again?
Why not? This is what I do, bro.
This whole radio voice. Go ahead.
Hey, man, watch me get a radio host gig.
Go ahead. I know. Do your thing.
Hey,
do your thing.
Welcome to the Community Coalition Show, where Black is king.
I like that.
Hope y'all wear masks, social distance, and get vaccinated so we can get outside again.
I know, right? So like David said, yo, we back, y'all. Community Coalition Show.
Gang.
Actually, I'm starting off strong. This is episode 100. So first and foremost, I am excited for nothing else.
Let's go.
We've done 100 of these so far, y'all. And if you can't see, we are not alone tonight or tomorrow when you actually listen to watching this, whenever you're getting this. But and I'm excited for tonight for a couple of reasons. One, the men I have with us tonight feels like it brings me back to the roots of why we started this. Mm-hmm. I was telling them a little while ago before we got started, but this was about showcasing Black excellence. Really,
absolutely.
This was about being able to bring people who are doing great things in the community, and also being able to tell their stories as well too. That's how this podcast got started 100 of them ago. That's the mission, and we're gonna keep it going for the next 100. Absolutely. So we're gonna celebrate. I'm celebrating all week. I got some things I can't discuss right now, David. I got some stuff on the way to you, fam. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I got you. That's why I asked you that question earlier. I got you.
Okay.
We're gonna celebrate.
Let's get it.
Because this is even though people see podcasting and everyone thinks it's easy, everyone thinks they can do it.
Everybody thinks they can do it. Not everybody is built for this.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Like I said, think about it. This has been our Monday nights for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Like we got.
I've loved every second of it.
I have too. Also,
it's not easy.
It's not. There's a lot of prep. There's a lot of stuff involved behind the scenes. So people who pod, they know. Mm-hmm. People who don't, yeah, it's different, y'all. Right. But with all that being said, we on 100. Yep. I'm excited, gentlemen. I got the extraordinary investment group. The gentleman here. I like saying that word. It reminds me of that Bruce Lee movie. Extraordinary. The skills are extraordinary. Y'all, I think that's Enter the Dragon. But I just love saying that word. But EIG. My gentleman here. Again, I hate introducing people, so I'm gonna let y'all go around and introduce yourselves, let people know who you are, where you from, and we gonna get this thing started. So what's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Cheers to your 100th episode, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers to the 100th.
Yeah, and look, like I got a little something in here too, a little mix.
Man, I'll start off by introducing myself, man. My name is Brian Gilmore, also known as Casey. From Burtonsville, Silver Spring area. Now I reside in Knightdale, North Carolina. Yeah, man, that's me.
Right.
I'll go next. What's going on, everybody? Nate Bennett. Living in Virginia, but from Maryland by way of Philly. I've known these gentlemen since '96 when I moved to Maryland as a young man, and these been my guys. And I am the social marketing director of VIG, so I run all our social media, and I deal with a lot of Forex trading. So we'll get into that a little later too.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. How y'all doing? My name is Sean Sears. I'm from the Silver Spring area, but I live in Baltimore. Like he said, I've been knowing these guys since high school. Wow. And yeah, that's how it is. I just want to say thank you for having us, and congrats on your 100th episode.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
What's going on, guys? I'm Benz. I'm from Baltimore. I met Sean in college, and Sean kind of introduced me to everybody else that he kind of knew from high school. And we've pretty much been rocking out for the past 20 some years since then. As far as EIG goes, I'm chief financial strategist. I kind of run the actual stock investment side of things. So yeah, I can answer any questions or any general information about that type of stuff, investments and all that type of good stuff.
All right, bet, and we're gonna get into that too. That's one of the big things I really want to have this conversation. Yeah. But David, I don't know if I was telling you, I went to school with these dudes, man.
Yeah,
like this family. Even though
it's super crazy that you've all known each other since high school. And you said, what year was that? I heard someone say 96.
Yeah,
90.
Yeah,
96, 97.
Yo, I was 4 in 96.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh dang, bro.
I know that just put some age on it. Yeah.
Man. I mean, I was alive, but like at the same time, like it's crazy to me that like you guys have known each other since that long. Because now it's 2021.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that you guys have stuck together tells me that like this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even through a lot. So like freshman year, I went to school. Then I transferred out to another school. We not gonna go and all that.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's still fam, you know what I'm saying? David knows Mike. Mike was on the show. Mike and Zoe were on like a couple months back. You know, this has been fam. And so for me, this is special. This is special because I'm just enjoying seeing my people's moving.
Yeah.
Like that's been the biggest thing for me. Y'all know me. I try to be the best cheerleader I can be for my fam, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So like
it's important.
So then when I see people doing stuff like this, I'm like, ears perk up, like, okay, what's going on? Let me see what's going on. And if it's something dope, how can we help? That's what it's all about. I try to keep this simple. So, you know, just coming on the show tonight is just part of that to me. You know, hopefully, you know, like I said, we're gonna have a conversation, y'all. We're gonna talk, we're gonna share a lot. And hopefully I do want to use that opportunity to educate a lot of people on what y'all have going on too, but also the industry as well too, especially talking about the market and investing and things like that. There's a lot that people need to know. So with that being said, like I said, we know each other. I know y'all, but I want y'all to really kick about like I said, y'all went to school together, y'all boys, everything, but how did EIG get together? How did y'all get to form this? Like what are the origin stories there?
All right. So like we've been friends for a while. EIG actually started before we even got the ball in motion. I had an idea. Let's pool our money together and go on a trip, right? And I was like, all right, we can do it. I mentioned it to the homies, and it's always, you know, the homies would be like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, and it's always the but, right? Yeah. So it's like, all right, cool. So, you know, I sat on it for a while, and then matter of fact, we was in Mexico, and I told Sean, I was like, yo, I got this idea I'm cooking up, bro. I said, give it a little bit of time. I got this idea I'm cooking up, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. But as the coronavirus hit, people stopped working, and some of the homies stopped working. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, this might be the perfect opportunity to try to build something, because now we understand that the world could just stop.
Right.
How do we build something to, if the world stopped, we can keep it going? You know what I'm saying? And so I brought it to everybody and said, this is the idea, but I don't want it to be my idea. I want it to be our idea, because I could do it myself, but I'm not going to be, I'm gonna still need help, right? So everybody has a skill, and together we can do it. It's a lot easier to doing it one by one. So that's how it was formed. You know, we put the bug in one person's ear, and it was like, all right, cool. And that's how it grew.
Yeah. And you said y'all are 12 strong at this point, right?
12 strong, man.
Yeah. That's amazing. So like, I mean, I'm gonna ask, like, were those hard conversations to have with your boys? Because, you know, it's like you said, sometimes when you talk about money and things like that, those conversations aren't always easy. How did those go?
Right.
The conversation was more, all right, look, everybody's gonna have their own opinions, their own ideas. For my peace of mind is everybody's gonna have an equal piece. And like, you know, we just gonna have to figure this. We got to figure this out. So if we figure out the mission, everybody focuses on the mission, then everybody's in place. It's no, let me do this. The mission is the mission. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you kind of solve the personality issues and the personality flexing, because it's not about what you want. It's not about what I want. It's about what's best for EIG.
I like that.
That's wonderful.
And so for those who don't know, kind of break down the mission, a little bit of EIG.
Go ahead, Bennett Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we again, we all kind of got together and established what we wanted to focus on. And our mission is to we are dedicated on dedicated to enriching the financial futures of our members and the communities in which we serve through education and smart investment strategies. So, you know, our immediate tribe, of course, our families, or most of us are our relationships. I have kids, we have legacies that we're trying to do this for. But then also our bigger community, Black community. And again, through education, we want to make education a priority. So putting the information in front of the people that need it the most, and smart investment strategies. So yeah, we all kind of just sat in meetings just like this via Zoom with a pandemic going on. You know, it was easy to get on Zoom every Tuesday. We chop it up and we just kind of drill down. Everybody, you know, had a little piece of the pie, and we came up with that mission statement. And like Kate said, if it's not about that mission, then it's irrelevant. If it's not making money, it's not educating each other, it's not, you know, furthering our legacy for those that come after us, then we ain't gonna do it.
That's dope. So I mean, just like I said, I'm just amazed on the conversation to just talk, you know, bringing Black men together, friends, things like that, because it's just not easy, y'all. So I think that alone is testament of the excellence.
Yeah.
Now
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Okay. I have probably I'm not sure if this is a stupid question or not, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
No such thing.
Hey man, don't challenge me.
He said, "Hold my drink."
Wow, man.
Okay, so especially during this pandemic, it's been happening a lot, but because I've blocked almost every single one that's come across me on social media. So let me ask this: what is Forex trading?
Yeah.
So Forex trading, I kind of relate it. Well, I'm not going to relate it to MLM. It has a very MLM or multi-level marketing feel to it, but it's the people that are reaching out to you a lot of times are linked to MLMs, and they're only going to flourish if they help you flourish. Right. So I get the perspective they're coming from, but Forex stands for the foreign exchange, and it's pretty much currencies and commodities on the market. Over the years, with technology, we've made it more accessible for the everyday person to, as you're traveling between countries, instead of going to the airport and trading in your currency at the airport at a physical kiosk, you have access to that on your phone. So you can trade, you know, yen, the euro, the British pound, all these different currencies and commodities, gold, silver, copper. You can do that on your phone in real time. That's all the foreign exchange is. So these folks that are reaching out to you are posing themselves as experts or attached to experts, and they want to help you, you know, grow my team, want to teach you about Forex. So again, Forex is beneficial. Just like in multi-level marketing, you know, I was talking to Case about this not too long ago. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because unlike a brick and mortar, the startup cost is super low. So some of these MLMs, you can start for $99. You'll have your own business. You have access to tax write-offs and all that good stuff. You can make good money. And you don't need formal education. You don't have to go to college for it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can do it. Right. On the flip side, anybody can do it. It's a low level of entry. So, you know, any and everybody can pose and just tell and say, oh yeah, I'm in Forex. And you have a lot of imposters out there who will feed you all kind of BS. Oh yeah, we're gonna make $1,000 a month by the end of this month, continuously, just by doing 5 minutes of work. And then when that don't happen, oh man, it's one of those things that don't work. It's a pyramid scheme. I should have known better. No, you should have been properly educated and presented with the stuff the right way. And I'm not even gonna lie and sit here in front, like I didn't look at, like, the person that introduced Forex to me was in an MLM company, but you know, me and him were cool because I was in another MLM years ago, but I knew he was making money. If he wasn't making, like, he was a millionaire, if he wasn't making money and I didn't know he was really making money, I wouldn't even have gave him the time of the day.
Right.
So he approached me at the right time, right place. I didn't get involved with an MLM, and I learned the basics of it. And then I was like, oh, I don't need I'm done with the recruiting. I don't want to get all these people. I want to be able to learn a skill that could sustain me regardless of who I recruit and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's all it is. I hope I gave you a better perspective of, what Forex is. It's choose the right coach. That's all I'll tell you. Choose the right coach or choose the right platform. I mean, for us, a lot of free education out there. A lot of free education out there is the internet. We talk about how malicious the internet is and putting out fake news and oh man, it's corrupting our kids. But the internet has a lot more benefit than it does harm. So take advantage of all the free literature that's out there about Forex. But yeah, it's dope.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you for breaking that down. That's one of the things I wanted to get to.
Oh, that's important. I need to know.
Well, yeah, but I think that, like I said, there's a lot of that out there, especially like the MLMs and things like that, those structures. And again, we start telling people that the average person, they don't know. So what do? They start dismissing it, things like that. So that's what we need to tell people.
Not only do they get, not only that, but like they get misled, and then now they owe somebody because they got into this pyramid scheme.
Or they just paid for something they didn't quite understand what was going on.
Exactly.
It's called a scam. Is when I paid and I didn't know what I was getting, or I didn't accept the information I was getting, or I didn't know how to apply the information I was getting.
Exactly.
And that's when they hit you with it was a scam. But it was not a scam. Like, you got information, you paid for information that you were provided, you just didn't apply it correctly.
Yeah.
And see, for me, when I was in Forex and in MLM, it's a relationship building business, to be honest with you, outside of the product or whatever it is. Like, you're sharing this with your friends, your family, and that's how they teach you. Go to your friends and your family first. And those are the people that trust you the most. But at the same time, you can't compromise that friendship just to get a sale. You can't compromise that friendship to blow smoke up,
Right.
And hype them up to be something that is not. Because when it don't and the bottom fall out, you ruin the friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like that ain't worth it to me. So from all the people that I've shared over the years with anything, whether it's Forex, MLM, they can't never say, oh man, Nate led me wrong. I'm gonna give it to you real. This is what it is. And if you choose to fall off, then that's on you. You can't say I led you in the wrong direction. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there doing that online right now.
Yeah, especially like people from high school will hit you up and be like, hey, I got this opportunity come through, and next thing you know, you're in a pyramid scheme. Now you have to sell this product, or someone's going to break your knees or something like that. Better make that money back.
Somebody else jumping on right now. We expected someone else in the room.
Yo, I was about to say, Mike was supposed to come on here.
Okay, I'm gonna let him in. But I'm gonna keep it going. Yeah, but let me see. It's probably Mike.
His lady had a birthday. They was out for dinner.
Oh, I understand that. Who that Mike?
Fellas, what it do? What it do?
Hey, what's going on, fam? You were on the Community Coalition show. We doing our thing. I'm glad you came on, man. It's good to hear you again. We've been jumping and we having great conversations so far, man. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. Blessed night. My old lady turned 31. So we was out celebrating, having a little fun. But I'm pretty sure I missed a whole lot of fun on here, man. You know what I'm saying?
You just getting warmed up, man. You right on time, baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
Look, happy birthday. And
first off, happy birthday,
To your lady, I'm surprised you even on here, like.
Oh, man, I had to sneak in and get the business call in real quick, man.
I feel you. Right now we were just talking about like some of the like the Forex stuff, the MLM stuff. And I did want to bring, because like y'all are bringing up good points with this. One thing I've done over the years, and I've been trying to encourage people to do this, I've used MLM models to educate myself and then take the information somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like the model didn't quite work, but the information, what they were doing was still great. and you can transfer that to other things. Shoot, part of my consulting company was based on the information I learned somewhere else, you know? So sometimes we have to make the information work for us. You have to put in the work, do the research and figure it out. It may not just be that source of information, that place where you're getting everything from. So sometimes I was introduced to something or a product or a service, and I was like, I kind of like this. Let me see where this is going to take me, learn as much as I can. And then it's information, it's knowledge, it's a skill. That skill, that information can transfer other different places, you know? So
like, let me say too, even the structure itself of the MLM,
yeah,
I feel like it's something that we could apply in other businesses.
Yeah.
I said that to say somebody that I speak with recently, a business person, said somebody asked him, I'm not in business. I don't have a product. I have nothing to sell. How can I get started? And he thought about it for a second. His reply was, go to whoever you know, whoever has the best small business you know, and ask them for an affiliate code. And you take that business and you market it, promote it like it's your own.
Yeah.
And then once you got that one business where you're getting that stream of income from, then you say, hey, Joe, you see what I did with the gym's business? Let me get an affiliate code from you. And basically, you could have 4, 5, 10 affiliate codes and pimp those businesses out and market them like they're your own. And that costs you no money at all.
Exactly.
I hope that ain't going on my head right there. That was valuable.
So it's a lot of different ways to do it. Like it's not the strict multi-level marketing code, but if you can have your friends and family peddle your business like it's their own, with a little incentive in there for them, everybody eats and everybody helps the businesses grow together.
It makes so much sense.
It makes.
But
I hope somebody picked up on that, dog.
Yeah, like I'll tell you, that's why we're recording. But I wanted to say that to say because I know we see a lot of that, and I know that's one of the misconceptions. Like sometimes it is annoying. Sometimes I see them like people they just try to beat you over the head. But think about what's going to happen at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes you don't have to commit. Sometimes people they wary of the system and things like that. Use this stuff. Take advantage of this. Like you said, it's a lot of information out here. It's a lot of skill set.
Right.
Take advantage of this stuff, y'all. You don't have to get. People think you're getting sucked in. You're getting, like you said, you're getting scammed. You're getting your arm twisted and all this stuff. That's not necessarily the case. Like take hold of the information. Take hold of the knowledge.
Right.
And I think that's one thing is that people like we get so caught up in bandwagoning and jumping on what we call scams. Right. Because the word is really lack of knowledge, of the structure and the systems. And a lot of people who want to go into business, and trust me, this is one of the things I do, really don't understand business. A lot of people have great ideas. They may have a front, but they don't understand the structure and knowledge of how business and how things operate on that side. It's a whole new world, Right. So it's like I sometimes I cringe when I hear that, when I hear, and I know we talk about it, David, all the time. Like, and I know social media is kind of really, I don't know, for lack of a better term, like villainize some of this stuff for some people,
right?
Because we see it all the time.
You see LLC Twitter be like, all right, first you get some money, you file the LLC.
PPP loan and
then they be in FBI Twitter right after that.
Exactly. So I've been on Twitter arguing with people like that's no, but that's what I'm saying. So a lot of this comes with like, to me when we had the conversation of investing, because it is a new thing still, even though we may be in it, it's still very new and very foreign for a lot of people.
Right.
And so that's why I stress, if nothing else, make sure you're taking the steps to educate yourself on this world, this business side,
Right.
So even before you get into talking about like investing and things like that, I got money, I just want to jump in. Know what you're getting into. Also, too, your time, your investment, your money investment. Like you want to be able to put that in the proper place and be able to maximize that.
Right.
So take your time, everyone. Educate yourself on the processes. Like I think like Case, like all y'all talking about Nate, like if you got people around who are already doing it, don't be afraid to go to ask questions first. Yeah. Talk to them, sit down, those are your loved ones. Most time they're not going to steer you astray if you trust them, especially, like Don't. Yeah. So I gotta say that too.
That's another issue in itself, is the trust factor.
Yeah.
Man. Because in this space we don't have a lot of mentors, right? So when you reach out to somebody for some financial advice and somehow, way, shape, or form it burns you, like you don't want to do it again, right? And so when it comes to trust, and you've reached out to this guy for financial advice and he gave you some advice and it burned you, and you reached out to this guy for financial advice and he gave you bad advice or whatever, not necessarily saying that advice was bad, it's just that you ain't put in the work. You expected him to give you the cheat code, and you got to buy the game first. And like that is one of the fears that we have in our community, with trust. And it's just like, you give me bad information and I put $500 into you, and that was the last $500 I had, thinking that I was going to get a come up, and it didn't work that way. And now I can't trust nobody who talks about whatever this is no more. That's the psychology that we have to break. Like sometimes you make a bad investment, man. But the most important investment that anybody will ever make ain't in no stock. It ain't in no real estate. It ain't in no nothing. It's in yourself. And if you don't put in that work, then you've kind of cheated the whole thing.
But Case, you brought up a point, and it kind of goes back to that multi-level marketing piece. We culturally are team, I'm a quick flip something, take a little bit of money, turn it into a lot real fast. That's kind of how we've been to it. And that thing that's easy to do, to turn a little bit of money into a lot of money real fast, routinely, does not exist.
Yeah.
If it did, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
But we feel like oh, if I seen on my timeline, everybody's buying this Doge coin right now, and my man said he made 1,000,000% on it, so that's what I got to do. And that's just kind of the mentality that we're stuck in, the quick flip, gamblers,
to the moon.
But it's that hustler's mentality.
That gets you into it. But here's the thing about that. We're taught to believe that the drug dealers are getting fast money.
Yeah.
But the few successful drug dealers they are, it's very hard, dangerous game to do. So the 1% flashy side is glorified.
Yeah.
But the other 99% of niggas who having extreme trouble with it for numerous reasons.
Yeah,
we do that with everything, we do that with the drug game, with sports, with music. Oh, I'm gonna be that next one, when it's only a select few that's really, really gonna make it. The rest of y'all need to figure something else out. There's so many other opportunities for y'all, for them other joints.
In those lanes too, even those people still aren't flipping it. They appear like it's a fast flip.
Yeah,
but that's not what is going on. It's a result of hard work.
Right.
That's very true. That's very true.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're in that micro. We kind of always had that. While we're in that microwave, quick, fast flip mentality, it's easy to get bamboozled and run astray very easily. Or have somebody come say, hey, let me give me some money. I'll flip it for you real quick. And so that's the real issue. Is just it's a lot easier to have time in yourself. Understanding on the first side, so you understand that on the back end, once you do start investing, once you do start making whatever business you're going to do, you understand the lifespan of it and how sometimes these things take time to come to fruition. And that's the key. Absolutely. Delayed gratification.
Yeah. Real quick, if I can, to that point, Ben, going back to our origin story, how we all started playing the long game. When we all sat down and understood this is what it was, and Case will be humble. We'll all agree. Case is like the Phil Jackson, the Bill Belichick, like the brain in this whole thing. Because we'll come into group conversations. He'll let everybody have a piece, but we'll have side conversations. And I see how he moves and operates and gets the best out of everybody. So salute to you, Case. But we all agreed that this was going to be a 5-year commitment. We were all going to once a month, every month, submit a certain amount into the pot. And then in 5 years, If you feel like you want to walk away with that, then cool. I think we're all in agreement that we're seeing the progress we made so far. This is gonna go well beyond 5 years. We're gonna get to the 5-year mark, and we're gonna be like, hey, run that back. Let's go to the 10-year mark. So this wasn't something that we were like, all right, we just want to do to get out the pandemic. No, we playing it's a marathon. We playing the long game over here, and that's where success is breeded from, not the short quick clips.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, we got all that. I mean, so you guys are pressing through this. You know what I'm saying? You guys are out here really, really educating people. Not only are you living this side, you're actually doing this, you're participating in this as well together. But now you got to have these conversations with other people as well too.
Right.
Have you been getting some of the negativity? Have you been getting all that, the scam stuff and all that? You've been hearing that from people?
Nah, we don't sell no products.
Yeah.
We our thing is to give you the tools, and Ben's will speak heavy on it because Ben's got a show on Clubhouse that he has every day, and I let him talk about that. But like it's all about, like, I don't know. It's I'll let Ben say, but it's I don't know. I can't put it into words.
The direct answer to your question is the pushback that I've received is when people do ask me questions about a GameStop or one of these random
cryptocurrencies
that pop off here and there, and I gotta tell them, well, if 9 times out of 10, if somebody else already told you, you're too late for the play anyway. Whether or not it's a good play to begin with.
Tell them.
If you read it on your timeline and somebody else already made hundreds of percent, it's probably too late for you to get in it to begin with.
Yeah.
Right. And people like to say, "Oh no, well you're stopping us from getting our money," or like. And so that's kind of the pushback I get is, just because naturally I come from a more of a real fundamental investing place. So a lot of this stuff that, like, the new hot stuff that people get on, I like to give it some time to understand it first instead of just chasing it.
Yeah.
And so that's me personally. So any advice I'm going to give is going to be even more conservative than that. You know what I mean? And so so people get upset about that.
Oh yeah, they'll tell you, oh, you're just hating.
You're hating,
right?
Stopping me from getting to the bag.
Yep.
That's what they tell you.
Trying to mess with my money.
Casey brought it up. So I have the kind of the short story of it is, at some point in time, once we kind of decided what we're going to do, figure out how we're going to run as a unit, it was more efficient to kind of have one person kind of more so in control of our actual investment piece of it. I kind of had a little experience from a kid. I've always been investing and watching investing this for a while. But it was a lot of pressure, literally having some of my closest friends and money to deal with.
Yeah.
And so I was seeking advice, seeking help, seeking resources for a while. Ended up on Clubhouse with another friend of mine. Just randomly in the morning time, we would discuss options plays, what we're going to do for the day, just me and him. And over the course of time, it kind of grew to a Monday through Friday daily show, kind of prep show for the market every day. We received a lot of good feedback from it. And through the course of that, most of that, a lot of it's newer people who are trying to get help, who are trying to understand general investments and options plays and all type of stuff we branched out into. And so, like, the height of the entire Clubhouse financial movement was exactly during that GameStop fiasco. That was the Google search. That was the hottest thing on. So, like I said, I've literally had people who never considered investing, don't even know what platform to use, just knowing that they saw somebody, heard somebody, made $1 million, took $5, made $1 million off of it. How can I do it? What I gotta do? And it's hard to explain to these people that that's not the way it really works when they're combating these victory screenshots from people on their timeline. And so that's the real pressure I have is just trying to combat the hype and the misnomers about the actual time frame that these quality investment takes for the most part.
Yeah. I want you to keep going with that. Let's really discuss like you got to talk about the long game. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about investing, like I think that's a point that needs to be made. Where we're talking about like for most people, this is the long game. What right. Can you guys speak on that?
So as far as stocks go, and most investments in general, but as far as stocks go, your time. It's a lot easier to have time in the market than to have time in the market.
Yeah,
pretty much. Most people want to make that, like I said, make that quick flip. Want to find something that's real cheap right before it blows up and goes up real fast in 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 months, and that is very, very, very hard to do consistently. It's easy sometimes. You can catch a good one here or there, but to consistently do that is very hard. But most of the people have iPhones, or if you buy Apple stock and hold on to it for 10 years, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So it's certain, so that the longevity of it, now, over the course of that time, the percentage it goes up is going to be slow, it's going to be frustrating, but if you educate yourself first and buy quality, history says that over time, those quality companies are going to appreciate in value. It's just that simple. But we as people want to make it a lot more complicated to increase our rate of return, want to do a lot of other stuff, and we make it harder on ourselves. We realize we know the great quality companies out there. You don't deal with them every day some kind of way in your life.
Yeah.
Buy some of those, set them to the side, wait 5 or 10 years, and you'll be better off than you were before. And it's kind of that simple. But we make it harder on ourselves. You know what I mean? Right. And that's understand how to unlearn that fast pace. I need to see a result tomorrow is the biggest key to it all.
Right.
Yeah. That'll break your heart if you chase it, if you watching that stock chart every day, boy. And you looking at them losses every day, boy. I tell you,
it's hard.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
Right.
John, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if tomorrow I invest like $100 into Glassdoor Media Network, like I have to sit on that for maybe 5 to 10 years to see any return on investment.
You got to understand the plan. You got to understand the business's plan. You know what I'm saying? What are they doing? What new stuff are they gonna come out with? Are they working with new technologies? Like what are they doing that's gonna set them above? That's gonna make this investment profitable?
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. That's where I was going next. Like, we got to get the education part, the research part. You know, like this is a lot more than people just looking on social media thinking, like you said, for the next come up. Can you guys talk on that part? Like you said, you got to really learn not only the market, but like what you're investing in as well too. What does that look like?
I say to start your investment journey, you got to read. It's a lot of different investment styles, so you kind of got to pick what style that you're kind of do a little research, kind of read around, figure out what style that you want to be. Are you a more trader, more of an investor? What kind of companies you like, and then find information based on those sectors. General information, Peter Thiel or Warren Buffett. Researchers are great investors of all time and get you general knowledge. But as far as researching the company's pieces, I feel like most of us sell ourselves short. Most of us know a lot about something that we don't even realize that we know. Most of us have a serious interest in something. Most of us work somewhere and do something and know a lot about some industry that we don't give ourselves credit for. So if you're a podcaster, you probably know a lot about the social media. You know about microphones. You know about the different editing equipment. And there's a million different things that you naturally work with, deal with, programs, editing and software that you deal with, that you know about. That if you took it one step further and said, hey, let me look at the investor relations page for this company, which any company you want to research, first place goes in, type in Google, Sony investor relations page, and it'll give you all the information that you want to know about that company. And then you just start slowly going down that rabbit hole in the things that you already kind of know a little bit about. And it's, like I said, it's not as hard as we think it out to be if we just take our time and just work logically through that. So start with something that you already kind of know, kind of like, kind of familiar with, and just branch out from there, because you already, especially on the consumer side, you already know the good, the bad, the positive. If you're an avid Apple person, you already know the cycle of the new iPhones coming out. You already know the what's next, what's hot, what's coming, what's wrong with the iPhones. You already know all that stuff. And so it's a natural investment to take it one step further, do a little bit more research and figure out why those things are the way they are.
Right. And in that same sense, like, you have to know that the company is either currently doing well or they're about to do really well.
Yeah.
When you're investing.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. That's why I'm asking these questions, because like I love that we're getting this information out there. But I'll be honest, these are the techniques I use. I don't consider myself an expert, but like, for example, you talk about cell phones. When I was in my early 20s, I was a manager for a cell phone company. Information is carried on. So when it came time for me to invest and start looking where I want to build my portfolio, I went to those things. That's what it.
What you know.
Yeah. So what Ben's is saying, come on, this was it. This was it. That's
the thing. What if you so with something simple as the cell phones. You start with your cell phones, then you get into the carriers.
Yep.
Then you get into the towers. Then you get into the chip makers. Then you get into the supply chain line. And you can get from one starting point, you can get 50 good companies to break down just to start off your cell phone.
Yep.
You're gonna go to Verizon. And then you're gonna go to the TMC that makes the chips in the phone. Yep. You're going to Skyworks, who actually does the G5 towers. Then you go American Towers, actually owns the towers that the G5 goes on. So there's so many layers to go down those rabbit holes once you just pick one.
Yep. That's it, y'all. That's it, y'all. Okay.
Wow. Show over.
I know, like.
All right. Well, thank y'all for coming to.
It takes time. That's the thing. People don't want to read and do the research and pull up these things. But Google makes it so easy for you.
Can you say that one more time, please?
Google makes it so easy for you that all the research is in the key tip of your fingers. And if you take 10 minutes instead of scrolling the timeline or watching something random on your phone and just do a little homework every once in a while, over time, that knowledge builds up. You don't got to be in it all day long every day, but just slowly over time, research when you free time. And you'd be surprised how much information you just get once you're trying to find it.
It's funny because we were just talking about MLM and that there was always, I remember, like the MLM thing was only 1 hour a day. It's only going to take an hour a day, and you can make this. You could only take an hour a day. But realistically, if you put an hour a day into researching some stocks, researching a business,
consistently,
and consistently in 4 months, not even in 4 months, like let's say 90 days, you will see a market change in your stock account.
Yeah. It's crazy. This is one of the things I say all the time. Research to me is such an important thing. And I know we say research, and some people hear research and they think about this huge daunting task.
Right.
That's why I asked you to repeat that. Google. I can tell you, and I say this, I'm not shy about this. As a consultant, I make thousands of dollars a year just off the fact that people don't want to Google something.
Ooh. People don't want to do the work.
Just a basic Google search. You call me. You know what I did? I Googled it.
And how much
your friend, bro?
And Kenny gets paid for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a big part of what I do as a consultant, there's other stuff, but a large part of that is every day I'm like, damn, you could have Googled this.
Right. And I'm sure you feel like, damn, man, like I'm getting over right now.
Yeah. And then I even tell some of my clients, like, hey, you can probably move yourself. You could probably accelerate this process a little bit more if you a little bit of research, a little bit of Google. And it may not be so much that you're asking me questions. It may be more of a confirmation type of thing, that type of situation. Whereas like now we're bouncing ideas off of each other, rather you just getting everything from me. And I say that, and I know, you're paying me, but like you could be putting that energy, that time, I'm going to be okay.
Right.
I don't want my people to have to do that. You could be putting so much more into what you're doing and paying people like me. So when it comes to those things, like I'm gonna say it again, I don't care if it's It's not gonna hurt because there's still gonna
out
be
there.
listening. But
people are still gonna come.
But when it comes to all of this stuff, y'all, that's why I just, like you said, that little bit of work, a couple minutes a day, then it turns into an hour. You'd be surprised how much more information you're sitting on that you can use. That's a tool at this point. You know, the more you learn about this stuff, you know, like that's like, so as Ben's is talking, I'm sitting there like, yeah, that's pretty much how I kind of did it. That's how I did it. You know, I get a little bit of here, a little bit of here. I like what they're doing. Oh, let me go figure this out over here. And I just piece it together. And before you know it, you're sitting on something. And, you know,
a lot of people don't know how to research.
Yeah, and that's why it's a big deal. It just frustrates me. Everybody's sitting around with these powerful ass phones, and we're not using them to 10% of their potential.
So you know? these smartphones ain't too smart, are they?
Because you got to be smart to use them.
Smartphones, stupid people.
Yeah,
but even still, like how to research.
That's the thing. Yeah,
you can Google that.
Yeah,
you can start at the basic level of what am I looking for, and so a lot of times we think, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Google will tell you what to do too.
It will tell you.
If you Google how to research a stock on Google, on YouTube, you're gonna get 100 videos, and you go pick through those and see which one you like. And like I say, so educate yourself first is the first thing. Get all those how to, what I'm looking for, whatever pieces, and then once you do that, take and research some more. And then you get the last piece of when to buy, what price to buy in, all that type of stuff. But the reality of that is that's researchable as well.
Yeah.
But we overthink that piece as well a lot of times, because then it comes to it, okay, I did my research, I found my stock, I found a company I like, but I don't know when's a good time. So I'm gonna wait until it goes down some, because it's expensive right now. Especially right now, we have a lot of stocks running. But the thing about it is, though, what I've come to find out through consultations is we wait till the stock is cheap. Most time that means something else is happening in the world, the coronavirus is happening, and then we're afraid to invest.
Yeah.
Oh no, the world's ending right now. The world's ending, so I can't invest. So you waited all this time to invest in something, and then the opportunity comes, will cause the opportunity to make you afraid to invest in it to begin with. So you gotta, like, once you find it, don't be afraid to be consistent, establish a little position, and watch it. And just get in the game and slowly build yourself up over time. Dollar cost average, Google that. And just slowly build your position up. But believe in your research is a big key.
Yeah.
Right. And once you do all that work, go and believe in it, and put your money down where your mouth is, where your thinking is, pretty much.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Ben's dollar cost averaging makes a difference with the brand new investor, because that $137 share, you know, is scary by itself, but when you can put $5 on it, and know that you're getting a part of it, and if that share goes up, you're gonna make something on that $5. It gives the newbie peace of mind.
Right. What it sounds like right now is that, like, when a stock goes up or goes down, like, there's a certain reason for it. Like, something happened. So, like, it goes back to, like, do your research. Like, oh, why did this Apple stock go down?
Yeah.
Like,
or why that's the beauty of the stock market is, like, once you know what's going on, you know why these things are happening.
Like, there's a reason for everything.
There's a reason for everything.
Yeah.
And it becomes obvious to you at times, like once you because it's a pattern.
Right.
So after you live through the different things that affect the stock market, you kind of see, oh, if this is happening, that must mean this is happening.
Yeah.
If the yield's going up, that must mean the gold's going up. Like, it's kind of because all the things are correlated together. So you get used to it, and it just takes time. I'm gonna keep going back to it. It just takes time and gaining knowledge.
Patience.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, our thing is, we'll pay tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to a 4-year university. We'll invest time in that to go into debt, but we won't give the stock market just 6 months of our good undivided attention, a little bit every day. Nah, that's too much. I'm good over here. Huh?
That's
time. Invest in yourself.
Right.
Or we do give it 6 months, and then we have a bad January and February, and we want to quit and go home and take a ball.
That's what it is.
Or we have a March like we just had.
Yeah. They get scared when people lose their money. They get scared and don't want to try again. But they don't understand that the stock market is you're gonna lose some money. You know how they say the saying they always be saying you gotta spend money to make money. You're gonna lose some money to make some money, but don't get discouraged when you lose some money. Just learn from your loss. Learn what happened. Like, oh, why did I lose that there? Learn from your loss. You learn from your mistakes, and then you can have more wins.
Right. Yep. No one has 100% shooting percentage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, I kind of look at it this way, like in life in general, and everyone talks about like the word loss, you know, but investing is not so much a loss.
It's a lesson.
Well, it's a lesson, but also it's a reallocation. You know, a lot of times the resources and money and things like that, and time and energy and effort and all those things. You know, so when you put something in like that, and we talk about the market, for example, like, again, if you understand how the world works, we always high low in life, from our emotions to our mental state to the things we buy, cars, houses, and things like that. Like, they never stay the same. Never. Buy a car 5 years, not going to be worth the same. You know, buy a house, do some things with it, might go up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so if we, to me, it's always like, I gotta try to get out of the mentality of like, of taking L's, you know, like, no, there's a reason for it. But if I like for a stock, I know what happened, we going to bounce back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We going to bounce back. I kind of look at it. Like, I have one, like, this the stupidest thing. One of the company's cell phone manufacturer got a bad review from a YouTuber. Probably a YouTuber. It changed things, you know? Saw it happen. I'm like, okay, people gonna fall off this joint. They're gonna act stupid for a second. But what that does a lot of times, especially with those companies, I'm just using this one for example, they come back better. They correct a mistake. The next model comes out and it's even better.
Right.
So I'm just gonna wait for the next model to, like, they gonna get it right.
Right.
You know, this dude is a credible dude. He knows what he's talking about, and he kind of called them out on some stuff they were doing as a company. But it's gonna make them better. So what does that do for us? Price of brick goes up. Like, so
I can remember when people were like bending the iPhones.
Yeah, like they gonna get that right. You know, so sometimes, like you said, it's long game. It's not time to bail. You know, and then always laugh at people when they bail. Like, what you gonna do with your money now? What you about to do with that? You know, like, you about to put it in something else that's probably not going to do anything for you, or you're going to go spend it on something that's not going to do anything for you. Like, sometimes, like, if you look at how people spend money in general, if you look at, like, as a people, especially Black people, we do a lot of like
stupid shit.
Yeah, that's putting it nicely. But we do. So it's like that's why like this conversation is so important to me. Because trying to teach people know that these are things that are really going to help you long term, especially we're talking about like generational wealth and things like that. Like, I'm doing this not for me at this point, honestly.
Right.
You know,
exactly. That's why we started this.
That's why we started.
We're all fathers. We all have kids. We want that generational wealth. You know, we want something to pass to our kids, for them to pass to their kids. You know, we're just starting a foundation, something for them to learn from us and take to their kids. That's what we started it for.
Absolutely.
I don't know if y'all touched bases on it earlier. I'm gonna try to piggyback on some of the things that I heard. I know with me personally, joining my group, joining EIG, my group of brothers I've known over 20 years. EIG taught me patience with my money. You know, a lot of us live check to check. Trying to pay bills here and there. But the one thing I learned about it with the stocks and everything is just be patient with your money, man. You know, like you said, leave your money in some stocks, bonds, whatever it is that you choose to do, and just be patient. Do your research. Let your money, you know what I'm saying, sit. You know, we always want that instant you know, that instant verification.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I've learned with the whole stock industry and learning from my brothers is, man, you know, be patient, let your money do what it do, and while it's sitting there, educate yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. Another thing we talking too, I know people like, we're not talking about astronomical money to get this thing going. Right. You know, to get this stuff started. Like, I literally I took some money I was gonna buy some shoes with, honestly. You know, y'all know I got a shoe problem. So it was like
that's what Casey was saying. It's like you can take $5 and put it into a company. It doesn't have to. Most people think about stocks. They think, oh, it's big, heavy money. Nah, you can take little money here and there and make it like you just got to be patient with it, though. You gotta be patient, and it can work for you.
Yep, that's definitely like crypto. I got into crypto last year. I was like, I literally took like not that much money, you know, like let me just set this over here, did the research and figure out the one I was going to grow with.
Right.
Just set it over there, you know.
And you got a return on investment, right?
So far, you know, but honestly, I'm not tripping. You know, some people check it every day.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, like
playing the long game.
Yeah,
that's the big thing. People should invest money that you are willing to lose. You don't invest money that you are not willing to lose.
Right.
Invest money that you can put up that you be like, all right, if you lost all of it, you ain't gonna be too upset.
Right.
That's what I would say too.
Yeah, my dad said that about the stock market.
Yeah, I literally started it. I took $100 with the crypto part. I was like, let me see. Yeah, you know, I got to the point I was comfortable. I was like, well, let me see what's going on here. I like this, you know. Like I said, I found one, and then that's what I started with. And then I was like, you know what? Went back later, increased it a little bit more. Went back later, increased it a little bit more. You know, like, but to be honest, I'm not sitting there checking it. I know it goes up. I know it goes down some days. Right. Cool. Don't get scared. Don't trip. You know.
Yeah, it's a long game.
It is. Yeah. So,
real quick, I've had this idea, and I had this idea maybe last year, and let me preface this by saying I don't really know about all this crypto stuff, but let's say that Black people started a cryptocurrency, and through that, everyone chipped into it, and through that, we use it like literally only Black people use it
in our community.
And we used it to like invest into our own, pretty much our own businesses, our own communities, like, and that's all we used.
Hey, let me ask you this. You told anybody else that?
That's what I'm saying. What's it called, nigga?
You got some investors over here. What it do?
What I tell you is there are some Black folks that do have cryptos. Getting it adapted and all that, like having everybody, that would kind of be the hard part, getting the word out about it. But but what I will say is that there's a lot of people who believe that just Bitcoin, Ethereum is Black folks' chance, being early adapters in those just major cryptocurrencies, is Black folks' chance at a new economy that they haven't been pushed out of yet.
That's pretty much like where my mind went. It's like take that black cryptocurrency and use it for everything, and through that, bring back Black Wall Street, and so it grows, and then through that, we're all able to thrive on our own and pretty much not need the white.
What I can tell you is this here. I'll give you the honest answer.
Okay.
Black folks control what's cool and what's exciting in America.
I'm about to throw my pen up and saying this shit forever.
Right now, like I say, right now, this past week, we had 2 separate coins in the crypto space that were hyped up. All speculation, all hype.
Mm-hmm.
A concerted effort by Black folks who have popular followings to do anything we get people to do it. So whether it's a crypto, whether it's a stock, whether it's whatever the case may be, I know last year, hint, hint, on Juneteenth when we're having our thing, our event, there was a rumor going around to invest in Radio One, I believe.
Okay.
Pump Radio One, and it was a good trade there. These are things that we can all do community together. There are a lot of ways that we can crowdsource and crowdfund a lot of these different endeavors if we had somebody to spearhead somebody with a social following to spearhead the issue. So you kind of on the right track. You just got to find somebody. You got to get somebody. You got Quavo with one of these guys that everybody wants to listen to put on Instagram. And
just don't let it be Meek Mill. Don't let it be Meek Mill.
Hey man, I'm not sure if we can use Quavo either because, like, as much as I love the dude, like, he just took the Benz back from his ex, and I was just like,
he paid for it.
I mean, yes, but also that I feel like the price of the brick would go down because of the backlash. It's because of the backlash.
Oh yeah, so it might not have been the best choice, but like I say, there's somebody that's popping socially,
right?
That people want to follow and do whatever they say do. You find one of them, and you find one of them to push it on the socials, and it's not that. Especially now that everybody's looking for the investing opportunity.
Yeah,
like right. But like I say, the social we have been socially engineered a lot worse ways before.
Yes.
So we definitely do it in a positive way and makes every somebody money. So you're on the right track, my brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Look, you just needed to be popping long enough to make it work.
Right. That's it. That's it.
Hey, it's an idea.
Yeah. No. I mean, but this is why I'm telling y'all. This is why these conversations need to be had. You know,
I'm actually really glad that like I actually asked this question because I've had this idea in my head for like the longest time, and I'm just thinking, why hasn't anybody done this yet? Or pretty much how would this be fleshed out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, meet with some tech people. Creating these currencies it's hard for people to know what they're doing. They have a whole world created on the blockchain, literally, where people buy and sell land and all type of stuff. So sit down with somebody who knows what they're doing and pitch your idea.
Yeah,
man.
So episode we talked about stock investments earlier. There are a lot of other type of investments. So if you have a great idea, invest in yourself. Go research it, look it up. It's the same way with some more stocks. Google it, research it, and do it yourself.
Yo, Ben's is dropping knowledge tonight, my man. Can you talk about some of these other things that people can invest in?
Oh, can you talk about stocks versus bonds?
Because no, we got
stocks versus bonds versus options, actually.
Stocks versus bonds. The easy, quick, easy answer. Stocks give you ownership of a company.
Okay.
Options give you control over 100 shares of stock.
Okay.
Bonds is pretty much a long-term loan.
Okay.
Has the least amount of it's the safest asset class of them, but it's also the least amount of return.
Okay.
The bond market is actually the biggest market. It's like 3 times the stock market, but we don't talk about that much. Regular people, it's more so for like big money to just store their money for long periods of time.
Yeah. Right. I didn't know that actually. I actually didn't. Wow. I didn't know that. Okay. See?
Yeah.
Learning.
Because like Ben said, people don't. There's a conversation they don't have. People don't
ask questions.
Yeah.
That's funny that y'all talking about bonds because my dad called me the other day and was like, "Yo, I got some bonds that you got. They ain't gonna get no more money, so you might as well come cash these joints in." And they're like from like 2006, but they, they was $100 bonds, so they $127 or something like that. And they ain't gonna go no higher than $127. But
but like I said, so the bond asset class, like you say, he made $27 on $100 investment over like 6 years, whatever it was, which doesn't sound like any money to us. But for people that have $100 million,
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
they can make 27,000 or whatever would be the next scenario. Then yeah, that means money. You know what I mean? So it's just So it's like it's certain every asset class is just based on how much money you have, how much risk you have, how much you're trying to make, and just do your research and find the best one for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, man. This has been dope.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah, I want you fellas also talking about. I know you got some stuff coming up. I know you guys have done excellent things in the community. We ain't even talked about what y'all work in the community yet. So I want you to tell us some of the stuff y'all been doing in the community so far.
All right. Well, I'm the community leader planner. That's what my job is of EIG. We try to help the community. We did a toy drive around the holidays, and we hooked up with Turner Elementary in DC. We gave them 2 second grade classes, about 45 kids. They each got 2 toys. We hooked up with one of our boys from college. Me and Benz went to Morgan State. He has a leadership and mentoring program in Baltimore for kids, and we gave about 10 kids Christmas toys. Also, one of our members, he has a grandmom who has a daycare, and we gave some of her kids, about 10 members of her kids, toys. So it was about over 60 kids that we would be able to do for our toy drive. We had it at Paint Branch. You came out for us.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. We also did a can drive that we hooked up with the NAACP of Montgomery County, and was able to collect 922 pounds of food. Was able to feed over 450 families. So that's just some of the community work we've been doing. We also have Black Business Expo. That's our main event that we have coming this summer. That's going to be at People's Church in Montgomery County on Norwood 30 Norwood Road, Silver Spring, Maryland. And we're trying to promote and advertise Black business, like how we were saying. Like you was talking about the crypto, how we all get $1 Black and just spend it with that. Like we trying to keep the Black dollar in the Black community, you know. And we're trying to have about 30 Black vendors there. Food trucks. I'm gonna have all different type of vendors, from fashion to educational to health and wellness, for you to come out, promote Black business, shop with Black business, where you can just start to put your money back into the Black community. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, Kenny, we might need to pull up.
Oh, we there. Oh, it.
That's the Juneteenth. It's gonna be Juneteenth.
Yeah, Juneteenth. Yeah, we're gonna be there. Because those are the things. Like that's what we've been talking about. Like coming together. Like I said, sometimes it seems small, but like I said, how many families did y'all feed? Over 400 families.
450
families. Kids getting toys. Y'all don't care. If y'all don't understand like what that means to a young person in the holiday season, like that's important. You know what I'm saying? Like I know sometimes we hear about some of these things. It's like, oh, that's cool, but like, nah, man. To the people that are receiving these things,
it means the world.
Yes. And so like I just applaud y'all for those efforts, and like I said, just bringing Black businesses together, because that's another thing, especially in our community. We have to model what business relationships look like.
Right.
Because again, that's something that we assume everyone sees. We don't see that all the time.
Right.
So sometimes it does take us come together to learn how to network, learn how to connect, work together. Like I said, people got dope stuff going on, but you'd be surprised
about it.
Not everyone knows about it, but also too, how much more we could do if we came together. Like we all do different stuff. And sometimes even if you do the same thing, there may be different markets. Yeah, help each other out, resources, things like that. Like you're not, so I've always been big on that too. Like you're not hurting your business. You're not hurting what you're doing. It's only going to benefit you, So now we definitely pushing that too. Like I said, we
also everything's not a competition.
It's not.
No doubt. I mean, Kenny, not to interrupt, but Kenny, I came on your show before.
Yep.
I was able to come on and speak my matter. And the one thing that I spoke then, along with Alonzo, was about the networking.
Yeah.
About about helping the next guy build his brand. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, the sweet thing about EIG was it's 12 Black men that's able to come together, put our differences aside. You know what I mean? And get on one page, man. So
right.
Networking and building these brands. That's the one thing I say, we just don't do enough of. So,
and I'm gonna tell you, my man brought up the competition piece. All because you're in the same business lane as somebody else don't mean there's competition. Oftentimes you can get better prices, better marketing, better if you collaborate together.
Yeah.
So
that's important.
Yeah. So but a lot of times we look at them as enemies and want to go against them. Right.
Yeah.
So
and that hurts both businesses.
Yep.
Hurts. Well, like I say, if something as simple as you got a t-shirt company, if you go half on your man with a t-shirt, you can t-shirt cheap. Yep. So therefore, you help both of y'all out.
Yep.
So little things like that, collaboration goes a long way. So that was a good point.
Yep. Even in businesses, even a lot of trends, even on the nonprofit sector too, of collaboration. A lot of times, people going after money, you're actually more inclined to get it when you collaborate. Right. And that's been a growing trend, especially like the grant market and stuff like that over the last almost 20 years. That's been a big growing trend. A lot of people don't understand. People want to start nonprofits and stuff, and it's like they ain't giving out money like the individuals like they used to. They want people to come together. One, because you do more, it actually stretches the money out, especially when we're talking about like grant funding and allocation and stuff. It actually stretches the money out a little bit more. If I ain't got to pay him over here to do this, I ain't got to pay him over here. We can make it work together, So, and then just the fact of just the markets, the people, Right. It's funny, Mike, you were talking about like when y'all came on the podcast and y'all talked about some of the things y'all did. I've been watching some of the stuff you've been doing, right? Me and David has talked about this.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
We've actually seen other people spawn and start new things because of what they heard from y'all.
Right.
And at first when I saw it, I was like, okay, I see. That's they say imitation is the biggest form of flattery, right. But that also means that you guys are effective. People are seeing good work and they say, maybe I can get out there and do this good work too.
Right. It means you're doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been seeing that too. I'm like, I see it's picking up here,
right.
what these guys are doing. But that also means at the end of the day, more young people have been helped.
And that's all that matters.
That's the goal.
More information is out there.
Yeah, but it's like, because people in different places. So now, what y'all doing, I'm seeing cats, they up there, them kids up there is getting it. Them kids down there is getting it because somebody decided to step up. But they had to see another brother step up first to get the ball rolling,
Right.
So, I mean, even we talked about it like with podcasting, I'm like, we see, like they straight stole some of our stuff.
Yep.
Like, that's a straight segment they stole. But then I was like,
I was kind of mad about it, but then at the same time, I was like, you know what?
I was like, yeah, but
as long as especially the segment that we started, like it's important for that information to get out there because it needs to stop.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, at first it's like, wait, then it was like, you know what? People are benefiting at the end of the day. If we haven't missed anything, we ain't lost a step. Everybody's winning at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So I was bringing it up.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So look at this. 12 brothers here. We here. Community out there. Like, again, I just charge everyone, if you're watching, if you're listening, we gotta keep this going. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely.
Let's turn 12 into 24. Let's turn 24 to 100, and let's keep building. Let's keep growing, y'all.
Let's take over the world.
Yeah. So that's why I love to do this. I'm so glad. Thank you all, fellas, so much for this. Just joining us. I know
Absolutely.
It's late. It's late on a Monday night.
Oh, you all right, bro?
Man, thank you. Fine. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, man. I've learned so much.
Kenny. We appreciate you too. And nobody on the EIG know I did this. I pulled up some stats just about podcasting, just to kind of give y'all flowers. Y'all got to 100 episodes. 12% of podcast episodes only make it to one.
Yep.
One episode and then they done. 6% of podcasts get to 2. And half of the podcasts out there get to 14 episodes and that's it. So to say that y'all got to 100, my guy, says a lot. You know what I'm saying? And y'all playing the long
Salute,
game.
my brother. Salute.
And the top 100 most played podcasts out there in the world right now, the median amount is 203. So we at the halfway point. If it take y'all 2.5 other years to get to that top 100, y'all keep going, man. So we appreciate y'all, because if y'all would have stopped at 14, this right here would have never happened.
Exactly.
This episode would have never happened, y'all. So y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. We salute y'all.
Absolutely.
Man.
Thank you.
The power of networking, man. Salute.
Thank you. And this is the reason why we do it. We're gonna keep it going. You know, like we've seen this work, not only through the podcasting, but just the benefit to our people.
Right.
And like I said, I don't care if it's been one person, 5 people. This has been a benefit, you know.
Right.
And so just to have y'all come on and be able to share and just talk the knowledge and be able to just be living examples and role models of what everyone's trying to do here. You know. So like I said, you know, we here. Let's continue to support each other. And you know me, I hate it's not just words. Like we gonna be there.
Right.
You know. Matter of fact, I got some stuff I want to bring to y'all after we finish this right here, because I got some other stuff that that may actually benefit us too. So we're gonna keep it going, y'all. You know, so before
Kenny, before you let us go, go for it. June 19th, the People's Community Baptist Church. June 19th, Juneteenth, the People's Community Baptist Church. Black Business Expo, EIG, be there. And look out for further stuff coming from us. Look out for the page at Invest with EIG.
Yeah. Go ahead, David. And then
I was going to say that, like, I think about, especially with this show, I think about it in a church sense, kind of, where in the sense of, like, if I'm able to touch one person, if one person is able to say, yo, I understand what you said, I get it. If I'm able to touch one person, that's it. That's all I need.
That's all it's about. Like, you know my old philosophy, you know, you may not hear it today, you may not apply it tomorrow, but at some point in your life, if you apply something that happened today, we did our job.
Right.
That's how I always look at things, you know.
Absolutely.
So before I go to, I want you to let everybody know how can they find y'all? How can they get in touch with y'all if they have to as well?
Invest with EIG on the Instagram. Invest with EIG on the Facebook. Invest with EIG on the Twitter.
Keeping it simple, keeping it branded.
That's it. Invest with EIG is the brand, baby.
It's the brand.
Yep.
EIG, hit us.
We talked about that collaboration piece too.
Hoodies and masks.
Anybody who sees anything that we can help out with or want to collaborate, work together, see value in us, please reach out. We're willing to work and help and collaborate on all types of ventures. So we here.
All types.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, too, Benz, are you still doing the show on
Yeah, I'm on Clubhouse Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. If you just go at Benz, EIG Benz, I think is how you find me on there. The stock market moves in the search. That's the name of my club. Like I said, I'm there Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Right now. If anybody wants to reach out, has any questions about that, you can always do that as well. I'm willing to work whatever you need, so I'm available.
That might give me a reason to jump on Club. I'll listen to that.
Hey, wait, hold on. We do have some Bobs and Karens.
Let's hold on to those. Yeah, it's getting late. That's okay. We got some stuff. I got some stuff for that. But we're gonna wrap this up. And again, I just want to thank everybody because I know it's getting late and I'm appreciating everyone's time.
Thank you all.
And we're gonna do this again at some point. That's the thing too. Like, you know, there's so many things we didn't touch on that we can really break down and really get into. So, you know, and again, I love it that I have people that are knowledgeable in these things that can share this information. So, you know, we're gonna get back up. We're gonna do this again. So again, appreciate you all for just joining us for 100. You know, thank you. That's been a big honor for me. Yeah.
Flowers, brother. Flowers.
Yes.
Thank you. And so again, closing it out. Don't go anywhere, fellas. But this, y'all know where to find us. CommunityCoalitionShow.com. You know, check us out, YouTube channel, this podcast. You know, we on all the streaming platforms.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on IG.
Yep. We argue back. I'm gonna come at you.
Y'all gonna get roasted.
Yep. And so until next week, y'all. Thank y'all so much. We got some more stuff coming this week. But hold on, fellas. Don't go anywhere, okay? But peace.
Peace.
Juneteenth, People's Church.
There you go.